Good morning, second grade math students. How are you doing today? And I want to start with telling you how much I miss you, and I can't wait till we're together again and learning all together in the classroom. But until then, I have another lesson for you, and we are still doing subtraction, and we are going to be working on our strategies to subtract within 100. And today I'm going to teach you how to use the compensation strategy. Okay? So for today, you're going to need your whiteboard and a marker, and I am going to specifically give you some equations because compensation works a lot better when one of your subtractants is closer to the next 10. Okay? All right, so you're going to need a whiteboard and a marker. Okay, you can also get your workbook and turn to page 207. Okay, and you're also going to need to double check your work. You're going to need a hundreds chart, like I do, and you could use the one in your workbook on page 189, the one we've been referring to from the first lesson in Unit 5. Okay, right, so let's get started. Here is the I can statement. Okay, and I can use strategies to subtract two-digit numbers within 100. Okay, and we did couple of different ways to use the number line. Yesterday we did break apart numbers, and today you are going to be practicing the compensation strategy. Okay, and there's two ways to do the compensation strategy, but today I'm only going to show you one way, and then tomorrow I'll show you another way. Okay, so one more time. I can use strategies to subtract two-digit numbers within 100. Okay, we are not going to generate our own equations today. I mean, you can at some other time, but today we're not going to, so you don't need dominoes or dice or anything like that. You're going to get your whiteboard, and I'm going to dictate the equation. I'm going to take it right from the workbook. Okay, and the first equation is 43, two-digit number, minus 28. Okay, what you have to remember for this compensation, this first one, is that what you do to one side of the equation, you're going to have to do to the other side of the equation. So when you use compensation, you're compensating for something. That's what to compensate means. You're making up for something. You are going to make up, and you are going to make this equation easier to add quicker. And you do that by looking at the second subtractant, and you see that has an 8 in the ones, and it's really, really close to the next 10, which is 30. So to get to the next 10, you are going to add 2. And you are going to get 30. And then when you see that you have 30 instead of 28, all of a sudden it's not such an intimidating problem anymore, because you can do that quickly because there is a 0 in the ones. Okay? And that's using the 0 property, which means anything you add or subtract to 0 is going to be the number that you added or subtracted to it. For example, 4 plus 0 equals 4. 4 minus 0 equals 4. Okay? So we're going to continue. Now remember, what we do to one side of the equation, we have to do to the other side, which means the other side, the equal sign, what's on one side of the equal sign and the other. Okay? So we have 43 minus 30. And we're going to get our answer for that, our difference, which is going to be 3 in the ones and a 1 in the tens. then we still need to do what we did to the first side of the equation, which was add 2. So now we're going to add the 2 back. Sorry, I'll write it this way so it doesn't look like a 6 to me. And then we get our difference, which is 15. So when we go to our number grid, we should get 15. Okay, so I'm going to go to my number grid, and I'm going to find 43, and I'm going to minus 28. 43. Now remember, when you're minusing, you go back 2 tenths, 1, 2, and then to the left 8, because we're minusing 8, 28. Okay, so we're on 23 now, and then we're going to count back 8 more ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we landed on 15, which is what we got when we did our compensation. Okay, so what you do to one side of the equation, one side of the equal sign, you have to also do to the other in subtraction. Okay, so let's do that again, and we're going to do a different problem, and I'm going to take this problem also out of the book. Let's do 51 minus 27. So 51 minus 27. Okay, so 27 is still pretty close to the next 10. Okay, so I'm going to make it the next 10, which is 30. So I'm going to count up 3, add 3. So now I have 30 as my second subtractand instead of 27. So the 51, you carry it down here, and now you've rewritten the subtraction equation as 51 minus 30. Okay, so 51 minus 30, you're going to do a 1 in the ones place, because 1 minus 0 is 1. And then 50 tens minus 30 tens is 20 tens. So what you did here is you added 3, so you're going to have to add 3 here. And now you have 24. So that means that 51 minus 27 is equal to 24. Okay, so let's double check on our hundreds grid. Oops, that one's not one of the ones with the eraser in the back, but I found my sock. It's in my materials bin. Okay, so 51 is where we started. Remember, when you go up, you're really going down, and we had minusing how many tens originally? 2 tens, 27. So we're going 2 tens, so 1, 2. And then we don't stop there because we still need to minus 7 ones, and we go to the left. Now remember, we do our return sweep here, and we go to the next tens when we start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And is that what I got? 24? 24 is my answer when I double check with my hundreds grid, and 24 was what I got when I compensated. Okay. Right, so that's it for today. This is one way to do compensation when you do subtraction within 100. Okay. It works best when your second subtractand is close to the next 10. I wouldn't go further than 7. I would stay 9, 8, and 7 in the ones. Okay. So that's today's lesson. I can use strategies to subtract 2-digit numbers. Okay, and we did compensation. So tomorrow I'm going to show you another way to do compensation. And then you can just choose the one that works for you. Okay? All right. Have a good rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay active, and yeah. We'll see you soon.